Welcome back everyone to another video of old school Magic the Gathering, and today we have a special rematch edition video where the Dead Guy Ale will challenge the Taxman again. A couple of videos ago on the channel, these two decks kind of went at it, and actually Taxman won, which I was really surprised at and really impressed with that deck. Was able to have a rematch with the same opponent. If you want to skip right to the match, you can click the timestamp in the description below, or you can click a link in the description to learn more about Northern Paladins, which is the group I was playing with in this video, and about that kind of variant of old school. But I kind of want to jump right into the deck techs and get right to the match. It was super fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So here we have the Dead Guy Ale deck, probably my favorite old school deck. Super versatile, and you're really gonna have lots of options on almost every turn, whether it's creature threats or enchantments or land destruction. So there's lots of different kind of tweaks and variants of this you can run. Here I like to run 3 Hymn to Toraks and 3 Sinkholes. Hymn to Torak, of course, is a great land removal to get the opponent to discard lands, and Sinkhole to disrupt someone early, maybe take them off blue mana, or take out like a Library Alexandria or something that they're playing with. Obviously the big creature threat here is going to be Juzám Djinn, a 5/5 creature for only 4 mana, so using a Black Lotus or a Dark Ritual to get this guy out early, you can just steamroll opponents, and he's stronger than most creatures in the format. Hypnotic Spectre, of course, another really good card for disruption, a 2/2 flyer that makes your opponent discard every time it makes contact. And then you see things like, your tomes for card draw, a couple Pump Knights. I throw a Serra Angel in there as another flyer for fun. And again, yeah, you could switch out different creatures or switch out kind of your threats here. Maybe put some Animate Deads in and something like that to make the deck kind of tailored towards your playstyle. If you weren't playing in the Paladins format, of course, a Mind Twist is a no-brainer, as is a Library Alexandria, works really well in this deck. So it's really fun. You win a lot of matches with it, or at least you're competitive in a lot of matches, and yeah, it's definitely one of the best in the format. And here we have the Taxman deck. So this will really revolve around 2 key cards. That's Serendib Djinn. It's a 5/6 flyer from Arabian Nights that you have to sacrifice a land during your upkeep, and if that land is an island, it deals 3 damage to you. Now, to get around that downside is a land tax, which allows you to search your library for basic land cards and put them in your hand. So you could see the combination here. You're searching for your plains or one of the mountains, and then feeding them to the Djinn, so hopefully you can win, because a 5/6 flyer is quite strong in the format. You see some other blue and white staples, such as Moat, an enchantment that only allows flying creatures to attack. Obviously that plays very well with Serendib Djinn, with the Serendib Ifrit. The version of this deck in this video has been modified, so the Ivory Towers have been removed. I believe the player is playing with Psyblast to try to be even more aggressive, putting even more pressure on, attack early with the Djinn, hit you with the Psyblast and end the game. And of course you see some counter spells and some of your other, Time Walks, Ancestral Recalls, the Chaos Orbs, and so forth. So I think this deck, I've seen it perform. It's really, really fun to play with, especially if you get an early land tax. You're kind of setting yourself up for success, and yeah, it's an awesome, awesome deck. Alright, let's dig into this match. Really excited to be watching this. Probably, as of today, 2 of my favorite decks going at it. You're going to see a immediate Sinkhole from Dead Guy Ale. It's going to take some mana burn from that. Sometimes going for the mana strategy, denying them. We'll see if we have another Sinkhole. We don't. Again, the Dark Rituals I mean, my friends used to joke it's like the affordable Black Lotus. I mean, you get it. Gives you that 3, although it only gives you black, but in this deck it works quite well. We're going to Time Walk right into a card draw. And so Dead Guy Ale missing a land drop early, but being able to top deck some lands. Oh, and there's a Time Twister, that's going to help out. And that just gives the Taxman deck here on the bottom so little time. Oh, he is going to respond with a Disenchant on the book. I mean, so little time when you Time Walk and then Time Twister. So potentially, I assume Dead Guy L kept that opening hand because of the Time Twister, hoping to top deck lands, getting them, and then doing the Twister. Always risky. Creeping greedy hands is risky, but sometimes you gotta do it. We'll see if Taxman here wants to use that Strip Mine or not. He might, depending on what he has, he might need the mana. But yeah, I mean, Taxman's gonna want to play out that Djinn or a land tax early and start to put pressure. And there is the land tax. Let's do Soul Ring. Oh man, a lot is going on here. So, okay, so that turn he gets the land tax and the Taxman, the Serendib Djinn, out at the same time, assuming he's going to want to... Okay, so Dead Guy L goes up to 4 lands, so land tax is online. He's going to be able to search for non-island lands to feed to the Serendib Djinn, so... Or not, because it's going to get disenchanted. Okay. That was a huge disenchant. And then he's going to get him to Torok. Discard 2 cards. Now, if these are land cards, that's no good. Okay, a Swords to Plowshare and a Plains. That's bad in this situation. So he's going to have to sacrifice a land to Serendib Djinn. And surprisingly, it's the island, so he takes 3. And then he's going to get Swordsed. Okay, so Dead Guy Ale really coming in with a vengeance, coming in quite strong here, and Savannah Lion. So I found these decks in the past, and definitely want to... I actually built a Taxman deck after playing this gentleman. These 2 decks are just really fun to go head to head with each other. And then you're going to see a big Juzám Djinn and a Disenchant, taking him out of blue. That hurts. Here's the Order of Liber, or Liber, I think it's Liber. Kind of the White Pump Knight coming out. So he's got... Oh, he's going to Strip Mine. Again, the out of blue on the other deck too, so he doesn't get blue knowing it's blue. Right, so he has protection from black. Which I had forgotten there. So he can block the Juzám Djinn, and it just no damage gets done. It's just an invincible blocker, effectively. So it's a great addition, great card to be playing here. It's also horrendously off-centered, if you see that Pump Knight. Again, for those who play old school, we are used to off-centered cards. Part of the charm. So blocking with the Savannah Lion, there goes that. Now second, 2 Underworld Dreams. He's going to be taking 2 damage now. Okay, well, putting out Savannah Lions, I can keep blocking the Djinn, and the Djinn's going to keep pinging for 1 damage during upkeep. Definitely buying Taxman some time here, see what he can do. He needs a blue source and get that big Djinn back out. Here comes another attack, another block. And a book is going to come out. Don't know how many are in hand. Okay, he's going to keep attacking, and he's going to just keep dropping Savannah Lions. I don't know if he keeps top decking those. That is good. I mean, Dead Guy L's down to 8 life already. If he could get a Swords to Plowshare... Oh, well, that would gain 5 life, but getting rid of this Djinn Yeah, he's just gonna keep blocking. Okay, there goes. And then here is just... Sometimes with the Degael, you could just really go... Just puts the pressure on you. Destroys your mana sources. Got the Underworld Dreams out. It's just all around a really solid deck. So he's going to attack again. Is he going to play another Savannah Lion? He is not. He just pumped to do 3 damage. Okay, coming for 5. So here's the thing, if he drops another plains next turn, double pumps the Pump Knight for 4 damage past his turn, Juzám Djinn does the 5th damage. So Degael here is on the precipice of, on the edge of dying here, actually. Very interesting. Oh, and another Underworld Dreams. Alright, we gotta hope that he does not have a plains. Or if he has a plains, it's game over. He does not. He does not. Okay, down to 2. And he passes turn. Oh, no, and then there's a Swords to Plowshare. Degael at one life holding on and going back up to 6. Gonna tome. Oh. Right, and that Time Walk was put back into the deck by the Time Twister. Okay. So again, he should be able to, again, especially if he gets another plains, he should be able to beat the 3. So he's going to take 3, go to 4, hit 2, passes, goes to 1. So he could still win. He needs to top deck a plains here. He doesn't. Okay, well the Fellwar Stone gives him access to white. Okay, so he... I mean, again, like, these decks are just so fun together, regardless of who wins. It's just a beautiful game of old school. Oh, and there's a Serendib to block. And Degael can still tome and draw an extra card here. So he's gonna go down to 1. Yikes. Big play. Another order. And that's it. I mean, Degael holding on by the skin of its teeth. Playing out Juzám Djinn, playing out Sarah. We'll see. So, once you drop game 1, Taxman's got to win both here in a turn 1 land tax. Now, I think when I've played games, when opponents turn 1 land tax, I lose. That's been my experience. Unless there's a disenchant. Okay, well, turn 1 disenchant. Oh, and he is saying no. You are playing into my land tax. Let's see, there's another disenchant coming. I do like the word. Is it Word of Command playmat? I wish that card actually functioned. In old school, you know, that when you cast it, your opponent couldn't respond. That would be super cool, and then you could actually look at their hand and play some of their cards. I feel like maybe they should change the ruling on that card, because it's just unplayable in its current state. Okay, and so land tax is now online. It is going to happen, and the Underworld comes out. And there he goes. It's painful when you're on the other side of that. Like, do you drop the land card and allow him to do this. Hopefully, you gotta play aggressively if you're gonna do that. And here comes a Pump Knight. And the protection from black's gonna be big, because I mean, this deck runs... Oh, and another Time Twister, 2 games in a row with the Underworld out. That's gonna be 7 damage with the Underworld Dreams. I was saying the Pump Knight good against lots of good black creatures. So yeah, I feel like a lot of games I have to go back and look at the last video when these 2 decks clashed. I don't think Time Twister ever showed itself. There's 2 games in a row. I think I accidentally put it back into the deck. It'll have to be taken out. Okay, and then that's gonna go. Oh boy, 3rd land. Putting that land tax back in play. And there's the Hypnotic Spectre. Dark Ritual's also doing work for Degael so far in this video. But he doesn't have an answer for that. Hippie will get some discard going. Sometimes the discard is good just as a disruption. You never know, it could get him to discard a good card. Maybe one of his Djinns. Okay. Knowing I'm not going to block. Or actually cannot block because it has protection from black. And then here comes the Flyer. That completely shuts down the Hypnotic Spectre. Oh, never mind. So he's going to gain some life from that. At this point in the match, I mean, you want to say Degael is looking good. It's got a lot of strong mana development. It's got the Underworld Dreams out, got the Hypnotic Spectre, but land tax, it really, over the course of multiple turns, just thins out that deck, and it is a powerful card, that greedy guy with his bag. And Demonic Tutor, what do you tutor for here? Do you just grab a Disenchant for the land tax? Because then I feel like he's really behind. Or do you just grab Ancestral Recall? Let's see. So when I play, whenever my opponent... Oh my god. Yikes. And the yeah. So Hypnotic Spectre takes out his Ancestral Recall, and then, yeah, the Degael tutored for Ancestral Recall. Woof. And then a Hymn to Torok. Oof. Oh, Felwar Stone and a Djinn. A Djinn that would have stopped the Hypnotic Spectre. Yikes. Alright, well, with land tax online, still very much in the game, but that hurts. I feel like when I play Hypnotic Spectre, it always... And this is obviously me just remembering the worst times, but it always hits, like, the card that you want. You're like, don't discard my one Ancestral Recall, and it does. Okay. Okay, Chaos Orb. Guessing we're getting an activation. Obviously the card that kind of defines old school in many ways. Oh, and he misses. Ooh. Yeah, so I feel like Taxman here, with that discarding the Ancestral Recall, and now a Disenchant, missing the Chaos Orb flip, kind of feels like the game is slipping away. There's another Pump Knight. Gets discarded. Okay, beautiful island. Love the art on that island. Looks like a nice beta. I do not have many beta islands. Or do I have any? No, maybe I have one beta island. Not, obviously not in this deck. There's the Swords to Plowshare, so at least he doesn't have to deal with the discarding anymore. And sometimes, man, the Underworld Dreams just sits there. It's just sneaky. Before you know, it's doing 4, 5, 6 damage. So that's 6 he's doing? He's coming in for 6. Oh boy, gotta watch out there. That Gael down to 7. Okay, there's 1 swords. There's a book. I mean, he could come in for at least 4 here. Oh my god, and a Psyblast, how? Wow. And here I was, again, I gotta stop with my predictions, thinking that the Taxman Dead was toast there. I think the Psyblasts were added in since the last game. And we go to game 3. I mean, these decks they just punch each other in the face over and over again. If Taxman can put this in that turn 1 land tax. Now again, I said last game, turn 1 land tax, I lose every time. And here we are with another turn 1 land tax. I mean, if Taxman could pull this off here, that's it. That Gael is going to retirement. He's been thoroughly embarrassed. Okay, he decides to play out another land that gives that Gael the ability to play out his second land. Yikes. I mean, what do you want to do? Get out like a... Oh, are we seeing a sinkhole? No. Right, because the thing is, if you sinkhole him, then land tax is activated. Maybe that was the decision to pull it back. A double Dark Ritual. And the Time Twister. Alright, we're 3 for 3 for Time Twisters in this game. So there's still some floating mana in the pool. Oh, he had a strong, and a Chaos Orb. Okay. So Dead Gael had what, Sinkhole, 2 Dark Rituals, Time Twister, really no pressure. So I feel like this is like a play to win move. Okay, so there were still 3 floating black. That's gonna go right into the Hypnotic Spectre. We're gonna Mox come out. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Dead Gael just needs to get creatures out before that big Djinn comes out, because that 5/6 flyer is... Although he won last game with the Pump Knight, so maybe he doesn't even need it. Alright, let's see what he's got. Okay. Okay, so he's dropping another land. Interesting. What would... But he isn't... oh, he does access to blue with the Fellwar Stone. I don't know, I feel like you just want to get the land tax going. Now, why would you strip mine the Underworld Dreams here? I mean, the Underground Sea, or do you want the blue from the Fellwar Stone? Ooh. So should he have Psyblast that turn? Should he have Psyblast and then his Time Walk? Should he have Psy Blast the Hypnotic Spectre? I mean, now it looks like he should have, right, with the Time Walk. Yikes. I mean, he decided to play out the... develop his board a little more, I guess, and just hope he didn't discard it. Oh, and the swords. So he also had a Swords to Plowshare for the Hypnotic Spectre, and then the Underworld comes out. Yeah, it's just, and he's going to Sinkhole his own, and that's actually a move I've never seen someone do. I'm sure people watching this have, but he Sinkholes his own planes, dropping him down. Then he's got double land tech. So I see that was probably his move. And then he figures, well, I've got the Psy Blast and the sword, so even if I get hit once, it doesn't matter. Not expecting to get a Time Walk and have both of his removal hit by the Hypnotic Spectre. Okay, I think I put together why he did what he did there. So he's going to discard a Tundra and an island. So obviously with 2 land taxes, he's just taking out so many lands that the odds of him pulling a removal or a creature are quite high. Right, I guess that would be... Ooh, Strip Mine on the island. Oh, and he's gonna scoop? Wow, so he had the Serendib... So, yeah, I would have to go back and look at that. I wonder if discarding his 2 blue sources, the Tundra and the island, were a mistake the turn before, and then the Strip Mine knocked him out of land for the Serendib Djinn. I mean, that last game, so Degael, takes the victory. The series is 1-1 at this point, so at some point in the future in this channel we'll have like the epic finale of these 2 decks battling out. Those are really fun decks. They feel really equal to each other. That was just really lucky with the Hypnotic Spectre, but yeah, probably some of my favorite games have been these 2 decks going head to head, and I think we need a third match. I don't think we could leave it at that. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you guys like seeing the Taxman and the Juzám Djinn going at it.